Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we are going to do the first book of April and putting it into my journal. So I've got some pens around. It's going to be a little bit messy, I think. I'm not going to be too worried about setup so much and more so about just sharing the real life of filling in a reading journal. At least for me, I've never been able to be one of those curated people where everything looks so nice and neat and keeping pens and paper in the same spot, and I think it's great when people can, but that's just not me. So I am very chaotic when I do journaling, I believe. We're on to the month of April. This is the first book of April. I decided that I would film this for you all, and the colour for April is pink, so I believe it's this one, the 420 of the Gellyrolls Moonlight collection. And it's very similar to the peachy colour that we've got happening next to it, but it is definitely pink. So I thought we'd do a little chatty, fill this in together, real time. It's 3:10 right now, and I've had a bit of a busy day. The reason I tell you the time is I'm actually going to watch how long it takes to dry this segment, just because a few people have been asking why I always complain about the dry time. So that is still very wet there. The book that we are going to be talking about today, or filling into the book, into the reading journal, is Always Be My Duchess by Amalie Howard. I listened to it as an audiobook on the 2nd of April, and I'm really happy with it. I gave it 4.5 stars, I think from memory that's what I gave it. So I should check that before we start filling things in a minute. That is still really inky and a minute has passed, so we're still waiting for that to dry. So the book is a historical romance, and it is very typical of a historical romance. There's a duke, there's a woman down on her luck. They have to do a fake relationship in order to meet their own needs in life. So he wants to buy a piece of property that he hasn't been able to purchase because the seller of the property would require it to go to someone who is a family man, and the Duke is very much so alone and prefers to focus on his businesses rather than on pleasure. And the main female character is a ballerina who was once a lady but fell into ruin when her parents' debt got too much, and is French and has come to London to try and find some luck at getting a job as a ballerina there, because back in France her sister had a run-in with someone powerful who has injured her, so she medically needs help, and there's medical bills to pay for and stuff like that. So she has taken it upon herself to try and find a way to make money, and the Duke offers her payment in order to star on the end of his arm, a bit like an actress. So yeah, it was, at first I thought I wasn't going to like it because it was very immediate that they had an attraction to one another, but I actually really enjoyed it. I liked the banter, the tension, everything about it. It got a little bit silly at the end, that's why I gave it 4.5 stars. Now I remember why I gave it that. It just dragged out a tiny bit more than what I would have preferred. And that is still not dry, and it is now 3 minutes. And yeah, it was enjoyable. I listened to it all in one sitting. It took 6 hours, and I did have that sped up. What else? I liked the side characters. It's a bit like Evie Dunmore's League of Extraordinary Women, where there is a group of women, so I can tell that the next book is going to be based on one of those women. Actually, I think it's based on one called Vespa, and she was quite delightful in the first book, and I think there'll probably be 4 books in total, because there's 4 women, I think, from memory. I cannot remember. But it was really delightful. I enjoyed it, and It filled in the time when I was setting up my everyday bullet journal because I was not prepared for April. Let's put it that way. I think we're almost dry now. It's been 4 minutes. Let's see. Yep, we're dry. So it took about 3.5 minutes for that inky spot to dry. So that's the real life that I face trying to use this journal. But generally, if it's just a little bit of colour, it doesn't take as long. Like if I've just written a sentence or something, not so bad. But when you've got inky blocks like that, it does take a little bit longer. So 4.5 is blue. It seems to be a blue state of shelf at the minute. And I don't know why I'm a little bit sniffly today. I'm not sick and I don't have allergies, but for some reason something has occurred today and I'm a little bit congested. I might have to take some sinus medication. So we're now in April. Make sure I don't draw an M. I did that last time actually. I did a F, I think, or for when I started March. Did I? Yes, and I drew over it with the white pen to indicate that it is a new book, which we'll do right. Sorry, a new month. A little bit distracted, aren't I? Right, we'll just do the line. For some reason, this inky pen is normally quite inky, and oh dear, I think we're getting a little bit low on our pen. This is one of my favourite white pens. I have 3 other. Evidently, I forgot to turn off my phone, so I've just silenced that now. Anyway, I was saying about these pens, I think I'm getting a little low. The ink is now up to here of this pen. I've got plenty of the size 8 millimeter, 0.8, but I'm believing this is a 1 millimeter, or it says 10, which is the same size as the Moonlight collection. They're all 10s as well, or 1 millimeter thick. But I find that the ink in that one is way easier to be more opaque than using one of the 08s, but I've had it for quite some time now, so it's probably not thrilled that I can keep testing it. So the title was Always Be My Duchess. Oh, I should have put that over. It all fits. And hopefully that ink is dried. We always have to play the game of testing. Yep. See, that probably dried within a minute, so generally it's not too bad. We've done that. We don't have to fill in that part. Oh cool, we get to fill in another A to Z author. I have mixed up my containers. I normally have 2 containers of pens always floating around, and this one is the gel pens that I use for this book, and I've just mixed everything up. Where are we? There they are, blue and green. I don't think I've read any of those recently. No. Cool. So we'll do the inkier part. That'll take longer to dry. So it's 3:18 now, just for reference. We'll see how long that takes, since it's a smaller section. And we will also grab a new sheet. Whenever I do the monthly wrap up, I always end up taking these out because I need to show the pages, and I end up with a big stash of them off to the side of my desk, and then I forget to put them back in if I'm not careful. So having a video like this is great because now I can remember to put things away. So we're still not dry yet, and it's been a minute, so I would like to say it's probably only a couple of minutes. I wanted to get a heat gun, but then I thought maybe I could just use a hairdryer. I might have to give that a go. just to speed up the time. Sometimes it's just a little bit tedious having to wait, but I am a little bit flexible with time today, so I don't have to worry too much, which is why I sat down to film this with you all, be a little chatty. I hope you're all doing well. I am currently reading a new book for book club. Every third of the month we start a new fantasy book, and this month we are doing The Adventures of 𝓤𝓚 or 𝓤𝓚, and we started yesterday, and I didn't really enjoy it at first, just reading it. For some reason I couldn't get my mind into it, and my friend said that the narrator for the audiobook was great, so I actually went and got the audiobook yesterday and have been mixed reading it, so having the audio going at the same time, and I must admit it's 100 times better. It's so engaging that way, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. We're only on to page 87 today. I think we have to read 87 to, where are we? Page 158, so chapters 6 to 10 today. And I'm really looking forward to picking it up, actually. I cannot wait to start listening to it again. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I haven't read City of Brass, which is also by this author, Shannon Chakraborty, but I am eager to now because I am enjoying the world building of this. And this is definitely now dry, so it's now 3:21, but I would have assumed that it would have been dried about 3:20, about a minute ago. We don't need to add to these 2 pages yet. We're not in January. We are now here. So let's fill in this bit really quickly because I have not yet. We started, what was that? Love Light Farms. Oh, I'm on 25% of that. I'm on a bit of an audio book kick at the minute. What colour should I do? Maybe I should do white. I wasn't intentionally thinking of yeah, we'll do white. Mixed media. Now how am I going to track that? Because I never thought I'd do mixed media of listening and reading at the same time, but we have started it yesterday. But anyway, I'm on a bit of a kick with the audiobooks at the moment because I've been so busy, so I've been playing those while I've been doing things for the last few days, and I'm going to put one on again. I've been listening to Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. I started that yesterday, and I DNF'd another audiobook. I wasn't enjoying it, and then started 𝓤𝓚 yesterday. Going to continue that today. I really still need to finish this book. If you watched my recent videos, I have mentioned this a couple of times. I cannot remember if I've put, or I will be putting up the, yes, I will be. So I will have already put up the video that is the end of March reading update. I'm going to edit that actually. And we have cleaning happening here at the moment, so that's why there's a lot of noise. But anyway, I have mentioned about that in the reading update that I didn't finish it last month. But for a quick recap, I'm not enjoying it because it's got really personal, heavy content. This is supposed to be a rom-com, and there's kidney failure and stuff in it. So I think there should have been trigger warnings. Yeah, all in the reading update, so that'll already be up on the channel. So if you already know about that, then that's great. But that is something I really need to finish this week, and I don't really want to. So we'll see what else I read today. I'm in a bit of a listening mood again, I suppose. So maybe I'll continue on with Love Light Farms, which is just okay. I don't really get the hype at the minute. That's more than dry, so let's stick that one in there and move on. So we need to add, I know this is supposed to be just adding in the books that we're reading, but we're supposed to be just doing that, but we'll just use it as time to fill. Oh, it's Lovelight Farms. Lovelight. Oh no. Have I made an error? Currently reading. Oh no, I'm good. Lovelight Farms by BK. Is it one? Yes. Borison. There we go. So we're filling that in there. I haven't started any of those or finished. Well, I've started Amina, but I haven't finished anything yet. So yeah, I always try to fill in everything while I'm going. So that's why I'm a little bit chaotic today. Should we call this a chaotic filling in of the journal? Because it probably feels like it. It is 3:26 now, so I don't know if it just changed to that or not, but that is almost dry. So like I said, when you're writing with the pen, it won't take too long, but when you are doing like an inkier spot, like filling in something, it definitely takes more time. See, that's already dry. And moving on to here is where we need to do our first one. Now, what colours did we start with? We've got green. No, we've got the tealy green, haven't we? And I've put them over here by accident. We've got the peach from last month's colour. We've got the teal. And we've got the pinky purple colour, which I've already got on this desk. So I try to do two different colours. Since we've already got purple there, we won't go with the pink. Perhaps we'll go with the 𝓘𝓽𝓮𝓮. I mean teal. Is it green, teal? What would you call it? I'll call it green. The title is Always Be My Duchess. For some reason I decided to do lower capitals in this setup for April. I don't know why. I normally write in block letters in here, but maybe I needed a change. So I have gone ahead and continued that throughout. So the series is called Taming of the Dukes, and the next book's not out until October, which is a bit of a shame because I really wanted to continue it, but I just randomly grabbed it from the library audiobook stack and I really enjoyed it, so I'm glad that I took the time on it. And I read it on the 2nd, correct? Yep, the 2nd. And the page count is, let me see all the editions, 368. I always put both so I can figure it out, but I read it within 6 hours and, where is the Libby? There we go, 6 hours and 24 minutes. 6 hour 24, and the format is audiobook. And I mean, I always get my, no, I've got scribed, whatever it's called now, so we'll put library for that, and we'll put scribed, whatever it's called for the rest. And then I gave it 4.5 stars. Yep. So I need to use the blue pen to colour that in. And hopefully by the time I finish colouring in these stars, that will all be dry. There we go. And to try and keep on top of things right now, I am also in the process of trying to keep this up to date. Oh dear, clip on there to stop that one from flipping open straight away. This one, we need to add a new series down the bottom here. Can you see? Yes, you can. And it was called Taming of the Dukes. Is that correct? Taming of the Dukes. Amelie Howard. And I know there is going to be at least 2 books in the series, so we will put just the 2 down for now. And I read them this month, so I mean this year, so the blue colour is where we'll start out. Why on video the other day did I not fill these in? Whoops. The vacuum cleaner's about to start. Oh dear. There we go. That's that done. Okay, thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. I'm going to hurry up and end this before the vacuum cleaner starts. I hope you enjoy these types of videos. It's a little bit chaotic and chatty, so maybe next time I will just do music. I don't know, we'll see how we go. Thank you again for spending some time with me today. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you sometime very soon. Oh no, there's the vacuum cleaner. Bye everyone.